back to STL TV Live. I'm Kim Hudson. Still with me in the studio is Christy Durbin, Executive Director of the Gateway CFF, but also joining us now is Darren Ridenour, Chair of the Cycle for Life event. So, sir, please tell me a little bit about that.
First off, thank you for having us today. We are getting geared up for our second annual Aptalis CF Cycle for Life event, which will be held June 16th. We start and finish at the T.R. Hughes Ballpark in O'Fallon, Missouri. Okay. We have three options available. We have a 20-mile, a 35-mile, and a 62-mile route. We do have SAG support, which is support and gear. Vehicles that will police the route, so if somebody were to have a flat tire or simply bite off a little bit more than they can chew, then they can get a ride back to the start finish line.
You see, that would be me. Yeah. That would be me, I have to admit. Christy, tell me a little bit about how much the CFF was able to raise last year with this event.
This event did fantastic. For a first-year event, we raised $70,000 net. That's after covering, very modest expenses. Wow. We're very efficient, but the goal was $50,000. So thanks to Darren and the committee, this event surpassed its goal quite a bit.
Blew it out the water.
It did, really.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Tell us how did you become involved with the CFF organization?
I've been involved for a few years now. My niece, Isabel, who's now 13, has cystic fibrosis. She was shortly diagnosed after birth, so it's been a part of our family, unfortunately, for a number of years, and took a position on the board of the cystic fibrosis last year, and just felt like it was time to commit and help find a cure for this devastating disease.
Well, that goes back to what Christy was saying last segment. Family members are like a huge part of your volunteer base.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they love their family members with CF, and they want to do everything possible to help them. So a lot of family members get involved, but not just family members. I mean, we get people who recognize that they can make a big difference. This is a disease we can really do something about. And so people, from all over the place get involved, and some of our best volunteers also, don't necessarily have a connection.
But 60 miles, that's definitely doing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
About it for sure.
Yeah, it's a goal.
Do any of your other family members ride?
My brother actually does. He rode with me last year, and we completed the 62-mile route, so that was fun to have him by my side.
Okay, so for anyone who is aspiring to become part of this organization, because they definitely want to help out CFF, how should they prepare between now and June?
Well, we do have rides scheduled where we have one of our board members that will take people for a ride, teach them a little bit about cycling, techniques and what have you. But I would tell you that most people can ride 20 miles. It's a fairly flat route, especially the first 35 miles. The second 30 miles kind of gets into the hills of St. Paul. But once again, the first 35 miles or so are relatively flat. And like I said, there's the SAG support, but there's also rest stops every 10 miles, so you can get off your bike, get some food, some water, Gatorade, what have you.
Christy, are you going to ride?
I'm working. people always ask me that, and I'm too busy, making sure the ride goes on.
Right,
so
you already have a role.
Yeah, kind of.
You already have a role.
I'd like to, though, because it really is a lot of fun. People cross the finish line, and we have people cheering for them, and they just feel so good about themselves.
And just one more question. How long does all of this take?
It depends, different riders ride at different speeds, so it can take you 2 hours to complete 20 miles, or if you're hustling, you can get done in an hour.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hustle. I want to thank Christy and Darren for being with us. You can get out there and hustle. We're going to return and have Sue Morton here to talk about the 44th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis. Friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on STLTV.net. Stay tuned to STL TV.